It is 2025 and I am doing something unusual just like I do every year in my garden. I start some seeds normally in the greenhouse and then it's usually something that's unusual and I just have to try it once or twice and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. This year it is long grain rice. I am going to see if I can get a kiddie pool and get them because once they're 2 to 4 inches high it says they needed to be flooded all the time. So I'm going to put dirt in the bottom of a pool. I will not put holes in it. And then I will flood it every few days just to make sure it's underwater, and we will see what we get in the fall. I'm pretty excited about this one. Last year I tried heritage wheat, big bust, not a good deal. So, I'll try regular wheat someday or barley or oats, but this year we're going for rice. And one year I hope to try wild rice, but this was a seed I could find this year. I paid a couple of bucks for these packets. I bought 3 packets. I'm gonna have plenty of rice to try this year and it's gonna be so much fun. So I just went ahead and put a 6-pack in my tray and I put 2 seeds in each one. I have covered up those seeds I had laying on the soil and just a little bit on top of them. I always try to do about 2 to 3 deep of how big they are. So not very deep, I suppose not, maybe 1/4 of an inch on these. And these 2 I haven't done yet because I need a new packet, but I'm going to do several of these trays because I have 3 packets. I'm very excited to see what happens. It says they have to be 2 to 4 inches tall before you start flooding them, so I know I can grow them in here for a while and it'll be time to go outside in Minnesota once they grow big enough. So here we go. Let's give rice a try. See the little tiny shoots coming up there in just a few days? I cannot wait to see how this turns out. Check out my newest project, my long grain rice. I am so excited. I've got to get this into its pool. I bought a kiddie pool to put it in, and then I'm going to figure out how much to keep it flooded. There's a lot of things to figure out with this, but I am so excited to try long grain rice this year. Fun, fun, fun. These seedlings are starting to get a little bit of roots, but nothing drastic yet. But I know that once they start to turn this color, they either need fertilizer or they need to get in the ground. And I think I'm going to put them in the ground with good fertilized compost to start. Okay, I'm getting ready to plant my long grain rice that's been growing for about over a half a month now. I would have to look at the exact date, but I believe I planted it about the 1st of May. So here they all are in the pots. These are getting kind of yellow, so I actually better plant these first, because as much as I thought it would all fit in this one pot, I'm starting to think I'm going to have to go buy another one. The lady I was looking at her video, she put it so close together, but mine's a little harder to get that close together, so I'm not quite sure how I'll do this, but I will certainly show you as soon as I'm done. What I did was I bought 100% composted cow manure because that lady said that really the nutrients, that would be enough. And then I water it until the water will be 2 inches above the compost. I won't do that until tomorrow. I'll just water them well today, and then tomorrow I'll get it until it's literally over the soil level by a couple of inches, or a little less than that because they're young yet. But I will kind of do it by ear, but I think it's definitely time. They say don't flood your plants right when you plant them, but do it soon afterwards. So kind of by ear. I'll figure out how to do it. I'll read a few more videos. I'm excited to try long grain rice this year though. This is fun. If I like this, I'm going to try a lot of other grains because why not? Grains are fun to grow, and you start cooking with them. It's just plain fun to try as a gardener, to do something different. And this is it for me in 2025. Check out these wild rice plants on the 9th of June. They were looking so bad when I put them in here. I was sure they were dead. June 9th, they are growing. They're all about, I don't know, 4 or 5 inches tall. This is exciting. Here's the other tub I planted a few days before that. Looking fantastic. It feels really weird to drown plants. There's little bugs crawling in there. There's everything. But these plants love that. It's all compost. It's boggy. It's exactly what long grain rice seems to like. Let's recap starting long grain rice in your garden. It all starts with proper seed starting. Let me show you exactly how to get those seeds germinating and thriving for a successful transplant.
Timing is everything with rice. Start your seed 6 to 8 weeks before your last frost date. For zone 4, that means starting in early March for a mid May transplant. Here's your secret weapon, a heat mat. Rice seeds need consistent temperatures between 70 and 85 degrees Fahrenheit to germinate properly. Without this heat, you'll get poor, uneven germination that sets you back weeks. I use 6-pack cells in seed starting trays. This gives each seedling enough root space without them getting root bound before transplant time. Let me share a proven soil mix recipe. Combine 50% high quality seed starting mix, 25% compost, which is well aged, not fresh, and 25% vermiculite for drainage and moisture retention. pH is a major key. Rice loves slightly acidic to neutral soil between 5.5 and 7.0. Most seed starting mixes are perfect, but always test to be sure. If you're mixing your own, particularly test. Fill your trays, leaving about a quarter inch from the top. Gently firm, but don't compact. Rice seeds need good contact, but also air pockets for root development. Here's the technique that ensures success. Plant 2 to 3 seeds per cell, about a quarter inch deep. Why multiple seeds? Rice germination can be inconsistent, and you'll thin to the strongest seedling later. Cover lightly with your soil mix, then mist gently. Never flood rice seeds during germination or they'll rot. Onto the heat mat they go, covered with humidity domes or plastic wrap if you don't have them. Maintain that 70 to 85-degree temperature consistently as able. Once your seedlings emerge, typically 7 to 14 days with proper heat, it's time for nutrition. I use a balanced liquid fertilizer diluted to quarter strength every 2 weeks. Here's my mix: quarter strength fish emulsion or balanced organic liquid fertilizer. Rice is in the grass family, so it loves nitrogen, but don't overdo it at this stage. Apply gently around the base, never on the leaves. Young rice seedlings are tender and can burn easily with direct fertilizer contact. Your seedlings are ready to transplant when they reach 5 to 7 inches tall with 4 to 5 developed leaves. This usually takes 6 to 8 weeks with proper care. 2 weeks before transplant, start hardening off. Begin with 2 hours outside in shade, gradually increasing to full sun exposure over 10 to 14 days. Don't rush transplanting. Soil temperature must be consistently above 60 degrees or your rice will sulk and potentially die. There you have it. The foundation for successful rice growing starts right here with proper seed starting. Remember, consistent heat, proper soil mix, gentle fertilization, and patience with hardening off. Thanks for joining me on the exciting journey of growing long grain rice on my driveway and tubs. If you like my coffee drinking hippie vibe, please subscribe and bring your friends along. Until next time, let's get growing.